of God. He knew exactly what he was called to do, right? And he had to do it because God told him to do it. I wrote a song a few weeks back. I'm going to sing for you here in just a minute. About two of the most influential people in my life as far as the gospel goes. The first one is my grandmother. She grew up in Kansas. She was a German American, and they had some struggles with the language and stuff when they were little kids, but God saw them through all that. Had a Christian mother and father who led her to the Lord. As she got a little bit older, she heard the voice of God call her to the mission field. She didn't know what mission field, but she knew she was supposed to be a missionary, so she left and went to school, and there at Moody Bible Institute met my grandfather. They got together, and God led them to southeastern Kentucky. They started a Bible camp. They're both gone to be with the Lord, and we're here now, keeping on the work. My grandma always taught us Bible stories. She went to schools and taught Bible stories. Used the flannel graph, and she was passionate, man. Told us, me and my sister Melody, we would go over to her house and just beg her to tell us a story. She'd get it out of the kitchen and put it up there and tell us all kinds of stories. She taught me about the love of God. No greater thing can you teach anyone. The next person that's most influential to me is my father. My father is a jazz musician, and you can take this as prejudice if you want to, but if you ever heard him play the piano, you would know. One of the best piano players you'll ever hear in your life, Bruce Martin. Now, he went to New York City when he got out of the Marine Corps. He was going to make it big in the jazz music business. And he was good. He was really good. He tells us about this verse that he saw across when he was waiting on the subway, across on the wall, and said this, and said, God commended his love toward us, that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. That stuck with him. He heard God's voice. And when he was alone in his apartment, he gave his life to the Lord. Turned his back on the jazz music industry and followed the Lord. Now, he's not been perfect. I probably know that as good or better than anybody. He's had struggles along the way. But one thing they both taught me is that no matter what, God is faithful, and God is true. And when God says something, you can believe it. And whether you strive as hard as you can to live for God, or you struggle at times, Jesus said, I will never leave you, I will never forsake you. He never left either one of them. He's never forsaken them. I met Jesus when I was a little kid at the house in Emmanuel Bible Camp. My dad led me to the Lord. No greater thing than a parent do for his kids. I hope they do for my kids one day when they're old enough to understand. And when we meet the Lord, we start out on this journey to follow the Lord. This song came about, I was witnessing to a lady that she knows the Lord, but she struggles, and she's not walking with the Lord right now. She asked me, what do I need to do? And I tell her, the Bible says, Jesus says, if anybody wants to follow after me, what he has to do is he has to take up his cross, he has to deny himself, he has to follow me. She said, oh, what if I can't do that? I said, it's hard. I told her this, I said, it's not complicated, but it's not easy. It's like digging a ditch with a mattock and a shovel. It's not real complicated. You know exactly how to do it. It's not real easy. So I wrote this song. When I wrote the chorus, God just gave me the rest of it. This is the first time I've ever sung it in front of a group of people other than my brothers and sisters. But it's real simple. I forgot my capo. It's real simple. It's not a complicated song. It's well, you got a capo. The carpenter go to work with those tools this morning. This is a little bit of my testimony and the testimony of the folks that were influential on me. So it's called It's Not Complicated. She met you a long time ago in the wheat fields of Kansas down a dry, dusty road. Well, she gave her heart and her life to you and heard exactly what you called her to, abandoned everything to follow after you. She said, it ain't complicated, but it ain't easy, walking the road that he has given me. Oh, I trust him in all of my life, for he has never left my side. The city lights held all his hopes and dreams, and in New York he'd find out just what life really means. Well, he saw your word on the subway wall, and later on when he heard you call, he left it all to follow after you. And he said, it ain't complicated, it ain't easy, walking the road that he has given me. Sometimes I've struggled with all of my life, but he has never left my side. Surrounded by all these witnesses, strengthened by their testimony. And Lord, I see that you will do the same for me, because I met you a long time ago in a little house in Kentucky when I was 6 years old. I said, Daddy, I want to make it right. And he led me to you that night. And then I started to follow